Would you agree that there's a distrust of science on a certain level in our country? I mean, unless it's, going to grow my hair back.
Yeah,
the
right.
Science...
Or do other things to your anatomy, yes.
Right, exactly.
Yes.
Science, exactly.
Yeah.
Science, I've gotten those emails. Science is sometimes distrusted because it is more complex than the average person can understand.
I think that is the core of it. It's distrusted not because of what it can do, but because of because people don't understand how it does what it can do. And that absence of understanding or misunderstanding of the power of science is what makes people afraid of it. And so I remember back when they first split the atom, shouldn't split the atom, or shouldn't, you hear this at every discovery that happens in science. There's a mystery to it. For example, irradiated foods. In France, they call it frankenfood, all right? Which is kind of a cute word when you think about it. Yes. But it makes food last longer, and you're healthier for it. You don't get sick from it. And so from it turning bad. In fact, NASA does it all the time. NASA can make a slab of meat. You wouldn't necessarily put this in your refrigerator, but NASA can make a slab of meat that'll last 30 years. I tasted it.
And? Delicious?
No, it was, there's some some restaurants' food reminds me of what that tasted like. But I'm just saying that just because you don't understand it doesn't mean it's bad for you. Go figure out how it works. That's why we need a scientifically literate electorate, so that when we go to the polls, you can make an informed judgment. And you can draw your own conclusions rather than turning to a particular TV stations to have your conclusions handed to you.
Now, Arthur C. Clarke.
Comedy Central accepted.
Exactly.
Okay.
Arthur C. Clarke's famous dictum about sufficiently advanced technology.
Yes, it is. Arthur C. Clarke had several laws of culture and the world, one of which was any sufficiently advanced technology is indistinguishable from magic.
So, if something gets too complex for the average person to understand,
it's magic.
It's like magic.
And you have powers that I don't trust, because I don't know what you're going to do with it next. Whereas if you understood how it worked, you'd say, hey, give me one of those. I mean, that's how that would work. That's how that plays out.
Do you think that's where the debate over... I think that's where the debate over evolution and creation science comes, is that the complexity of evolution is so grand that it is hard to conceive of how the incremental changes come. And once something becomes so complex that I can't understand it, there's nothing between that and God saying, let it be.
Well, one of the beauties of evolution is that complexity does not come about from complex ideas. The ideas are actually quite simple. And you can show on a computer how those simple forces can generate complexity given enough time and enough variation in environment, which is just what the history of the Earth supplies. So science literacy is an important part of what it is to be an informed citizen of society.